beautiful EKSê family. As you can see, I am on another excursion, and you know I love a good excursion, and this one has landed us all the way at Canal Walk at PicknPay for their collaboration with the iconic cartoonist Zapiro. Yes, guys, I honestly think this one is definitely one for the books. As you know, I already have a PicknPay shirt that had cartoons on them, but you know what? If it's nice, we do it twice, and hopefully today I'll be walking away with another one. This collaboration, I think, is definitely one for the books. So let me stop talking and let's find out all things that have to do with PicknPay as well as Zapiro. You know, sometimes you get a chance to speak to legends, and this one is definitely one of them. Iconic cartoonist, the one and only Zapiro. Welcome to the show, and thank you for joining us today.
Great to be with you.
First and foremost, I mean, your cartoons have been known for so many different things, especially aligning to South Africa. You dive into politics, and you've been very proud about that. But now you're doing something completely different, which you called earlier a different side to you. So talk to us about this different side and this collaboration with PicknPay.
Well, what I love about it is that it's not as if it had to be sort of pulled out of something that doesn't exist. I've always been doing these celebratory things, but a lot of people know the real attack stuff and the big controversies and some of the big fights I've been involved with. I mean, there's a recent movie called The Showerhead, about my well-known fights with Jacob Zuma. So here's something completely different, where PicknPay originally approached me and was about really getting involved in a kind of celebratory feeling, and not necessarily they had identified one or two rugby cartoons amongst some of the other things that they'd looked at, but they hadn't, because I sort of know my whole archive better than anyone does, and I thought actually that's probably the direction. We then pushed it towards the rugby. It felt like that actually is the most genuine, in the last few years, the most genuine sort of celebratory and unifying thing that we've had in some very difficult times. And then what we also included then was the Madiba dancing, the Madiba Jive series, which I had also done many years before. So it's essentially, I think we talked about the fact that the 1995 World Cup was a great celebratory moment. But what I've been saying today, in a sense, it was about averting disaster. And that was very well documented in the movie Invictus. And it's great. But I think what has been happening in the last, maybe since about 2016, 17, 18, this new idea that Rassie Erasmus brought to rugby with Siya Kolisi has been very genuine. And I've done a number of cartoons about what's been happening there, so we were able to pull all of those into this.
I'm glad, and I love all of these. Now, I know this is a terrible position to put you in, but do you have a favorite? And is it the one that you're wearing? Because I actually bought the exact same one. So do you have a favorite baby from this collection?
Okay, I'm going to answer it like this. When I put out a drawing that I'm happy with about a subject like this, it becomes my favorite for the moment. Until the next one.
Okay.
So this one currently is.
How do you narrow it down from all the designs that you've had, like you said, over the years? I mean, you've had a collection and you had so many things that you've already picked from it, but how do you narrow it down to say, actually, these are the ones that are going to be printed, these are the ones that are actually going into the stores?
It's a combination of how well they've been received, how good they're going to look on a shirt, how I think people will respond to actually having that on, to walk around with that and say, oh, that's actually really fun. There's something nice about that. So each of them is these cartoons is very different from the others. I mean, this one is it's quite simple. The one that is celebrating our actual 2023 win, which was our second in a row and our fourth altogether. Incredible. That one, and they've all got to have a simplicity of concept. Okay. But that one looks far more complex because there are 23 people caricatured in that, and it's all the kind of substance of how each of them is celebrating in a different way, or the aspects of them that it contributes to a different kind of fabric, a different look and feeling. But I wanted each of these to be something that somebody would be proud to wear, or feel was funny, or feel was something that they could share with their friends or their family or their whatever. So and that's exactly what PicknPay were trying to do. So it worked very well.
And I feel like you did just that. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is the victory dance when you get your second t-shirt from PicknPay. Listen, I had my first one and I won it when we won the World Cup, and this is my second one, and I'm gonna wear it rather in 2027 when we win the World Cup again. I'm speaking it into existence, but of course this is such an incredible thing that PicknPay as well as Zapiro have come up and done, and a thank you so much to the icon, the legend Zapiro, for stopping by and having a conversation with us. Of course, he's right behind me, but right now though, the princess of presenting needs to stop talking and let's check out what's happening in the studio.